Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition series where I preview and predict every men's college basketball conference tournament. And this time we are going to do the Big Ten. And this is the 24th of 32 shows that we will be doing, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 24 or 25. I lost track already. All right, so I'm going to go over the seedings for this tournament, which is going to be a great tournament. The Big Ten tournament is always fun. And you have some really good teams in this conference, as you do each and every year. You're one seed with a conference record of 15-5 and an overall record of 22-8. Number 16 in the country, the Illinois Fighting Illini. You're two seed, 24-6 on the season, 15-5 in conference play. Number 12 in the country, the Wisconsin Badgers. You're three seed, 25-6 on the season, 14-6 in conference play. Number 9 in the country, the Purdue Boilermakers. Your number 4 seed, 18-12 on the season, 12-8 in conference play. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Your 5 seed with a record of 22-9 on the year, 12-8 in conference play. Number 24 in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Your 6 seed, 19-10 on the season, 12-8 in conference play, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Your 7 seed, 20-11 on the season, 11-9 in conference play, the Michigan State Spartans. Your 8 seed, 17-13 on the year, 11-9 in conference play, the Michigan Wolverines. Your 9 seed, the Indiana Hoosiers, 18-12 on the season, 9-11 in conference play. Your 10 seed, the Maryland Terrapins, 15-16 on the year, 7-13 in conference play. 11, the Penn State Nittany Lions, 12-16 on the season, 7-13 in conference play. Your 12 seed, the Northwestern Wildcats, 14-15 on the season, 7-13 in conference play. Your 13 seed, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, 10-21 on the season, 4-16 in conference play. And your 14 seed, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, 13-16 on the season, 4-16 in conference play. So, without further ado, let's go. First round begins tomorrow, March 9th, 6:30 Eastern, and the tournament's going to be held at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, which is the home of the Pacers. It used to be Bankers Life, but they changed names. So, your first game, 13 seed Nebraska, 12 seed Northwestern. Nebraska kind of had a late surge at the end of the year, picking off some teams. They're led by Bryce McGowens at 17.2 points per game and Alonzo Verge Jr. at 14.2 points per game. And Northwestern, 3 guys in double-digit points per game. Pete Nance at 14.7 a game and Boo Buie at 14.1 a game. My projection here is Northwestern by 3 1/4, total 146 and 85 hundredths. So therefore, I have Northwestern advancing. The second of 2 first-round games, 14 seed Minnesota, 11 seed Penn State. Minnesota fell off a cliff. They got off to a good start this year. They just fallen off in conference play. 3 guys averaging double figures per game. Jamison Battle at 17.4 a game. Peyton Willis at 16.1 a game. And E.J. Stevens at 10.6 points per game. And Penn State, they had a good season 2 years ago, but that was the COVID year. So that was unfortunate for them. They earned some bad luck there. 4 players averaging double figures per game. Jalen Pickett at 12.8. Seth Lundy at 12.4. Sam Sessions at 11.4. And John Harrar at 10.5 per game. My projection is Penn State by 1/8, total 133 and 5,500. So therefore, I have Penn State into the second round. Second round games. First of 4. And the second round will begin 11:30 a.m. Eastern on the Big Ten Network. By the way, first round's on Big Ten Network as well as the quarterfinals and then semifinals and the title are both on CBS. So Indiana, Michigan. My projection here is Michigan by 2 1/4, total 139.9. Indiana has had a good year with year one under Mike Woodson. Trice Jackson Davis, 17.4 points per game. And then they have two guys averaging 11.8 a game, Race Thompson and Xavier Johnson. And Michigan, who will be getting Jawan Howard back on the sidelines in this tournament, led by Hunter Dickinson, the center, 18.4 a game, 8.5 boards. They have Eli Brooks at 12.2 a game, Caleb Houston at 10.5, and Devontae Jones at 10.4 a game. Like I said, I have Michigan projected to win. 2.25 favorite, total 139.9. So therefore, I have the Wolverines to the quarterfinals. Second of four quarterfinal games, 12 seed Northwestern and 5 seed Iowa. Iowa very up and down in conference play. They have one of the better scores in the conference in Keegan Murray, 23.3 points per game, and then 3 guys averaging over 10 a game. Jordan Bohannon at 10.9. I said 3 other guys. Patrick McCaffrey at 10.5 and Chris Murray at 10.3. My projection here is Iowa by 5 and 7/8, so therefore I have Iowa advancing. Third of four second round games, 10 seed Maryland, 7 seed Michigan State. Maryland had a coaching change in the middle of the year. 3 guys averaging double figures per game. Fats Russell at 14.9. Eric Ayala at 14.6. And Dante Scott at 12.5. And then Sparty, kind of quietly not been that great. Only 1 player averaging double figures per game, and that is Gabe Brown at 11.5 per game. My projection is Michigan State by 4.25, total 140.9. So therefore, I have Sparty advancing to the quarterfinals. And the last of 4 second round games, 11 seed Penn State, 6 seed Ohio State. The Buckeyes, 2 guys averaging double figures a game, led by E.J. Little at 19.4 a game, and Malachi Bram at 13.2 a game. My projections, Ohio State by 9, so I have the Buckeyes advancing. Quarterfinals on Friday, March 11th on the Big Ten Network, 11:30, 18 Michigan, 1 seed Illinois. The Illinois, very good yet again this year, led by Kofi Cockburn at 21 a game, 10.6 boards per game, just a double-double machine, and 3 others averaging double figures per game. Alfonso Plummer at 15.1, Trent Frazier at 12.1, and Jacob Grandison averaging 10.3. My projection here is Illinois by 3 and 7/8, so therefore I have the Illinois advancing. Second of 4 quarterfinal games, 5 seed Iowa, 4 seed Rutgers. Rutgers very inconsistent this year, upsetting a lot of good teams and losing to a lot of bad teams. Led by Ron Harper Jr. at 15.7 points per game. They also have Geo Baker at 12 a game. And Clifford Omuri at 11.7 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game. My projection here, though, is Iowa by 1.5. They have the best player on the court in this match in Murray, so I have them advancing to the semifinals. Third of 4 quarterfinal games, 17 Michigan State and 2 seed Wisconsin. Wisconsin really had a nice stretch going of wins, and then they go and lose to Nebraska, which is inexcusable. 3 guys averaging double-digit points per game, led by Johnny Davis at 20 a game, Brad Davison at 14.2, and Tyler Wall at 11.6 points per game. My projection here is Wisconsin by 1, so I have the Badgers advancing to the semis. In the last of 4 quarterfinal games, 6 seed Ohio State, 3 seed Purdue. Purdue is awesome. Very well balanced. Led by Jaden Ivey at 17.2 a game. They also have Zach Edey at 14.7 points per game and 7.6 rebounds a game. They also got Trevion Williams at 11.6 points per game and 7.3 rebounds. And Sasha Stefanovic at 11.4 points per game and 3.4 assists per game. I think this game will be close. My projection, though, is Purdue by 3 and 7/8. So, therefore, I have Purdue advancing to the semifinal. All right, semifinals. Saturday, March 12th. First game, 1 o'clock on CBS. 5-seed Iowa, 1-seed Illinois. Great game. Great talent on both sides. You have Davison, and Wall on one side. And you got Murray, Bohannon, and McCaffrey. And we have both Murrays on Iowa. Iowa might have the best player on the court in Keegan Murray. But I just think Wisconsin's a better team led by Johnny Davis. Wisconsin. Illinois. Illinois is the better team led by Kofi Cockburn. They have Cockburn, Plummer, Frazier, and Grandison. I said the wrong names. I was looking at Wisconsin. That's my bad. So Illinois by 4.5. So therefore I have Illinois in the semifinals. And then Wisconsin against Purdue. I have Purdue actually projected as a 3 and 3/8 favorite here. I love Wisconsin's team with Davis, and Wall. And then Purdue's team, I really like Ivy and Eddie, Williams and Stefanovic. I think that's a very deep group. I have Purdue winning this game and advancing to the championship as they'll take on the Fighting Illini of Illinois. I think that's a great game, great matchup. I love Kofi Cockburn. I think if he was healthy, he would have been the potential Big Ten Player of the Year winner, as Davis of Wisconsin won it this year, and deservingly so. Cockburn was hurt a little bit, and I really like Purdue's team, and I think they have a great chance here to win this conference tournament. I've them projected as a 7-8 favorite, so winning the Big Ten tournament this year and the auto bid to the tournament is the Purdue Boilermakers, but I would have guaranteed them a tournament spot regardless of how they did or do in this tournament. I think that Illinois will be an at-large. I think they'll probably be somewhere like a 3 or a 4. You can make a case that they could potentially be a 2 seed if a lot break right for them. But yeah, I think Illinois is likely a 3. Worst case scenario 4 or even 5 if they lose to Michigan and things just unravel. Wisconsin, I think, is going to be a 3 seed as well. If they win the conference tournament, maybe a 2. I think Purdue could jump to the 2 line if they win the tournament and some other teams ahead of them lose. But I think the top of the field is so loaded. Rutgers, I think that they might get exposed to a bid stealer from the A-10 or the American potentially, or even the Mountain West. Iowa, they're no lock either. I think that they are probably between like 7 and 10. I think that they have a huge variety of where they could be. I think that Ohio State could make the tournament too. But I think it just depends on some things. I think that Michigan is a very interesting case for where they will be. I have them in the 8-9 area. And Indiana, I have them as a 10, but I think that they could be a play-in team. I don't think that Maryland, Penn State, Northwestern, Nebraska, or Minnesota will make it. I just realized I don't have the Buckeyes, or didn't have the Buckeyes in my latest mock bracket. But I think that there's a chance that they make it, and I just undersell them, and they've had some weird losses, so there could be a surprising Big Ten team that's left out of this. And now odds to win this conference tournament, courtesy of FanDuel. Purdue's a 2-1 favorite, amazingly enough. Iowa's plus 390. Illinois is plus 380. Wisconsin's 8-1. Ohio State's 10-1. Michigan State's 19-1. Michigan 21-1. Indiana 25-1. Northwestern 80-1. Maryland 250-1. Maryland 250. Penn State 250. Nebraska and Minnesota 500-1. I'm trying to find Rutgers' odds. Let's see. I don't even see them. They gotta be in that where little beneath Indiana, 40-1. Rutgers is 25-1. I was right. It was kind of by where Indiana is. But if I had to make a long shot pick to win this conference tournament, it's got to be the Badgers. It's just got to be the Badgers with Johnny Davis, who got the Player of the Year award for the conference. So I'm going to go with Wisconsin as my little long shot bet to win this tournament. And then just to win this tournament in general, I'm going to go with the Boilermakers of Purdue at 2-1. So there you have it for the Big Ten. That was a long one. Next up is going to be the MEAC, which will not be that long.